Another real estate agent attacked. Good afternoon. You know, as I look at the news and as we go over these stories, I get irritated by uh, I get irritated when real estate agents get attacked. Um, I think it's more so because it's close to home. In St. Louis, I would hate for any agent to be attacked, especially you know, especially at an open house or something like that. But if there's anything I could do today, it's can I get the word out that being a real estate agent isn't exactly always perfect. I mean, what you see on TV, all the $1 million we're supposed to make, and everybody's supposed to be great, and sometimes it's not like that. Sometimes people get killed. Sometimes people get hurt, and it's easy prey. And it's because it's kind of how the business is set up. You're always dealing with strangers. You're always dealing with people you don't know. Now, myself, um, as you know, I don't particularly like to do business with people I don't know. And then if I do get to know somebody and it seems like it's a good match, then I'll be happy to work with them. But you know, it's just it's just it's just a terrible thing. So I just wanted to go through it now. I caught the article um, during the trial. I didn't catch it originally. That was almost a year before. So I'm going to bring it up for you now, and we'll just go over it. Um, Here it goes. The headline on this article is from the 27th of July. Trial date set for man accused of attacking black belt realtor who fought back. So we'll say he's accused. I didn't check on what happened to the fellow, but it says a man who was accused of attacking a real estate agent at an open house will face trial in January 2022. This fellow and his attorneys addressed pretrial motions on several charges, including aggravated malicious wounding and attempted rape. Holden was arrested in June 2020 after he pretended to be an interested buyer of a property shown by Lenora Farrington in the Mariners Landing subdivision in Huddleston. It says a co-owner of the real estate firm, Teresa Grant, said Holdren signed into the open house with his full name and discussed his job and children while touring the home. The Bedford County Sheriff's Office said Holdren returned to the home later that day when Farmington was alone and the two did not know each other. Farrington was hit nearly a dozen times by Holdren with a crescent wrench, according to her colleague. And so that was that. It says, court records show Holdren was on parole or probation at the time for 4 prior felony convictions that included petty larceny, obtaining money by false pretenses, shoplifting, and DUI. So I saw that article, and just makes me sick. And then I wanted to learn a little more about it. So there was this article originally written on June 22nd. It says she resisted everything he said. Realtor with black belt fought back against attacker. It doesn't matter that she has a black belt. It's just ridiculous that somebody would do such a thing. It says real estate agent is recovering in the hospital after police said she was assaulted on Saturday showing a home near Smith Mountain Lake. She was showing a home, and it says, I think this was random. I don't think they had any contact before in the past, but that's all under investigation, so I don't know. Was arrested on 1 charge. It says Farrington has a 2nd-degree black belt and used that training to fight for her life. Keller Williams co-owner Teresa Grant said it had not been for her resistance to her attacker, things might have ended differently. And so, according to she's the broker, he showed up to the open house pretending he was interested in the home. He signed his full name on the sign-in sheet, told where he worked and about his children. He left the showing, but then returned back to the empty house and attacked Farrington. So there's a chance that he was just waiting for people to clear out. It says he was struck in the head nearly a dozen times with a crescent wrench. No matter what he asked her to do, she did not do it. She resisted everything he said, and every time he would hit her. It's just terrible. Just terrible. It says Grant says Farrington has a skull fracture above each ear and is in physical therapy as she makes a full recovery. And it says a GoFundMe page has been set up to help Farrington with any medical bills she does receive. So, I had some thoughts, and I just wanted to go over them with you. We'll go here. And so I hear about these things more and more. I don't know if it's because I'm sensitive to it working in the industry or what. I like open houses, but this is the second time I've read where an agent's attacked, and that's an issue. I often think of, as a broker, is there a way we could make open houses more safe for agents? For homes that are occupied, I think there's two things that we benefit, and these are things that I do in my open houses. One, two agents at an open house. I often have my agent friend Jan hang out with me at open house, especially if the house is occupied. Why? Well, some people will walk through an open house and try to take things from the house, and then the rest of the time I just feel better if someone's at the house with me. If it's an open house that falls flat and there's no one around, another agent helps the day go by faster. And I'll tell you, you sit in a house and you're sitting there and you're just waiting for somebody to come through, and it's boring. So when you have another person with you that knows the game, it makes it a lot better. But then there's open houses with lots of people, and that's a tough one for me. I don't often like going to open houses with my buyers, and the main reason is that it can be super busy and packed with people, and I don't like to be in that kind of environment. However, a packed open house would almost guarantee you wouldn't be assaulted at the open house. So it just drives me crazy. So I would like to propose a new law nationally that raises sentencing for anyone who commits a crime on someone who's at their job working. This is for service people, people in office, convenience store workers, wherever there's a violent crime committed while people are just trying to work. Workers shouldn't have to live in fear of losing their livelihood just by going to work. And while I openly admit that this extra sentencing isn't going to be a deterrent for criminal behavior, those criminals who do this sort of things should be receiving harsher sentencing. So I've thought this, a long time. Go to work. There was a guy in St. Louis, worked for Laclede Gas. He was just working in an alley, and guy shot him. Shouldn't some random that doesn't have a job is killing somebody that does. That's the bottom line. We're supposed to contribute to society. We're supposed to help. We're supposed to be good citizens. And then you have these people that attack the good people, that attack the people working. And it's just unconscionable. It's the same way I get a little bit irritated with police departments. They always seem to find time to be out patrolling, doing speeding tickets when people are going to work, but they never seem to be doing it when, work is out. It's along that line. It's attacking the working class, the people that actually go to work every day. It just makes me sick. So we don't know what the commission would be on this house, but does it really matter when the agent was beaten 12 more times in the head with a crescent wrench? Like the commission matters at that point. This job isn't worth getting killed for, and none are. So finally, there's a link in the description for the GoFundMe page. I donated, and I hope you will too. I'd put it down there, and if you see it right here, my name's right there. Put my money where my mouth is. I feel terrible about this, and I just hope that we can do something. Oh, actually, there it is. I'm sorry, you didn't even get a chance to see it. There it is. Let's go here. Right, I'm right. Probably where you can't see me, but I'm there. Trust me. Like I said, I feel terrible about this. I'm thankful she's alive. I know the last fellow that got shot when he was working with his buyer didn't make it. So anyway, that's all I have. Not a very exciting thing. If you can help, like I said, I put the link in the description, and any amount is probably going to help, because that's just terrible. So that's all I have for you today. Hope you have a good, safe rest of your day. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and I'll catch you on the next one.